Hopefully this video message finds you in good form and in good health, particularly given the COVID-19 crisis we're all suffering at the moment. I've been asked to give you a very quick video to sort of set out my background, who I am, what I do, what I find exciting about my work, really so that I can maybe help you, inspire you, signal to you what might be useful to study at school whilst you're in GEM's First Point School. But by way of starting, my name is Air Marshal Andrew Turner. I'm the Deputy Commander of the Royal Air Force in the United Kingdom. And in that role, I'm responsible for all of our people, all of our equipment, how we train, the infrastructure, the supporting arrangements around our RAF stations in the UK and overseas around the world. My job is to basically spend wisely our budget to deliver our strategy, and our budget for each year is roughly just over £7 billion per annum, so 70 billion over 10 years. So it's quite a big number, a bit scary, but lots of good and healthy programs which will make sure it's spent really wisely. So how do I get to here? What am I doing in this job and this role? So I'm the Deputy Commander of the Air Force, but it's not where I wanted to be or where I started aiming at. Initially, I wanted to be a helicopter pilot, and I spent best part of 15 years flying all sorts of different battlefield helicopters in the United Kingdom, in Northern Ireland, in Central America, in Belize, in Germany, across much of Europe, in Norway, in Albania, Bosnia, Kosovo during the conflicts there, in Iraq and Afghanistan, in the Middle East, and in Oman, in Dubai, and Qatar and Saudi Arabia, in Yemen, Kenya, and across much of sub-Saharan Africa. So I've been flying my aeroplanes in lots of different places, mostly the Puma, but a large part of my time has been flying the large twin-rotor Chinook helicopter, which I'll send some pictures through to you, which is incredibly versatile, very impressive aeroplane, and actually a real workhorse. But it's been great fun. 20 years flying helicopters in different parts of the world, helping people survive, fight battles, win, and occasionally, quite excitingly, being shot at and hit in different places. So lots of different times of my life has flashed past my eyes in difficult circumstances, whether that's in the Arctic wastes of northern Norway, or watching spiralling surface-to-air missiles climb out of the desert and whistle past my aircraft at Mach 2 or Mach 3 or so, or arriving back, for lunch at different places with numerous bullet holes in the sides of the aircraft, or on one occasion, several wheels missing because we landed on an anti-tank mine in the Middle East. So an interesting time, been a very exciting journey, and I've really loved every bit of it. It's been genuinely exceptionally exciting. Not so easy for my wife and children, Catherine and Richard and Benedict, to bear with, and I spent a huge amount of my time away, but it's been an amazingly exciting journey for the last 32 years or so. So how did I get here? So I had a great time at school, fantastic period, spending a lot of time playing sport, getting some really good qualifications, but my father was in the Air Force before me, and so I elected to join straight away from school. So at 17 and a half, with a pilot's license already, before I could drive, in fact, I joined the Air Force, went through Royal Air Force College, Cranwell, became an officer, and went into flying training. So I was flying jets before I was 19, as I was an 18-year-old, helicopters by the time I was 19, and then I was on operations in the Gulf War, in fact, when I was 21. So a relatively quick journey through training, born out of the fact that I had technical, scientific GCSEs and A-levels. That's maths, physics and chemistry predominantly, but also lots of scientific aeronautics and cosmological studies when I was at school. So it was a great sort of apprenticeship really before I joined the Royal Air Force in different roles and functions. So our journey of Astra is to take us to the next 100 years. Where will we be in 2118? We're here now in 2020, but where will we be in 100 years' time? And I think that will be a function of being much more involved in space, in astronautics, in cyber and communications warfare. I think our business will be far more centrally bound up in artificial intelligence and machine learning. We'll be deploying microbiology, nanotechnology, quantum computing. We're in the middle of buying a whole load of cloaking drones and sophisticated surveillance planes, swarming characteristics, We'll be monitoring our people medically through genetics and genetic coding, and we're using modern manufacturing techniques like additive manufacturing. We hope to be able to print satellites in space rather than make them and launch them. But also, hopefully we'll be moving about the globe at very high speed using space technologies, the likes of which Elon Musk and SpaceX are delivering today. So busy times. But it all started at school, and that's why school is such an important origin for your future careers. It's really important to be paying attention, listening to the teachers, taking advantage of the opportunities, learning from as many people as possible, doing as many different things as possible. But in all things, doing everything to your best possible endeavour and ability. Moving quickly through as many subjects as you can, getting as good as you can at them, and then focusing in the later years on things that you really enjoy, that you're good at, that you can build skills and experience for your future working life. It doesn't have to be in the armed forces. You could be in financial services, in pharma, in manufacturing, in the wider government industries, or in petrochemicals and hydrocarbons. It could be anything. So long as you make sure you use time at school to really build on your personal strengths and learn as much as you can. Learn as much about the people around you, the people that you live amongst and with, and also the people that your countries and nations are closely engaged with. So you can be a really effective member of society when you graduate from school into university or work, whatever comes your way. 4 things that I've borne with me from the beginning, which are central to the Royal Air Force, are 4 words which spell the word RISE. RISE obviously works well with the Royal Air Force, but 4 words basically mean respect, integrity, service, and excellence. And what do we mean by those? So respect is the foundation of everything, that we respect both the enemy and the society and context we live within. Today we are as interested in how terrorist organisations work and function as we are about our colleagues at work. We need to respect them so we don't take them for granted. We're not complacent, we're not overconfident, but we need to really, really understand the world that we live in. And partially that comes from the basis of respect. So it's respect between people and of yourself. It's really, really important foundation. Integrity is hugely important. Integrity is often spoken about as the things you do when others aren't looking. Do you pick that litter up on the sidewalk and in the school playground, or do you just walk past it? To what extent do you really understand what makes you a really strong, solid, ethical person at your heart and in the quick? It's really important that you build a sense of really strong integrity. And you can only test yourself about and on that when you're not amongst others. What is it you do when nobody else is looking? Service is really important for us, of course, in the Royal Air Force. And, our business is entirely about service, whether it's for the duty of serving our nation, looking after our population, its security, working for Her Majesty the Queen or the United Kingdom government, or whether it's about just doing our duty around the world for our allies and partners, not least the United Arab Emirates and Qataris, Saudi Arabians, Kuwaitis and Omanis in the region you're living in today, but also for those others around the rest of the world. Different continents, different countries, different places. And excellence should underpin everything we are all striving to achieve. In my mind, excellence is slightly out of reach. It's difficult to achieve. Excellence is something you pursue persistently across your life and your times. Excellence should feel like it's out of reach. It should feel like it's really hard to achieve and attain. But if you think you're excellent, you're probably overconfident, which means there's something else to work on. So excellence is one of those goals which is persistently motivating and mobilizing me to get better and do more for people and our country than I currently am. So RISE, respect, integrity, service and excellence are at the absolute heart of the Royal Air Force and Her Majesty's government today. Have a very great day and thank you for your time. Bye-bye.